Hey, what's up, YouTube? I want to tell you about the oil filter that I'm using on my Honda Goldwing DCT model. As you know, the Honda Goldwing uses the exact same Honda filter on the previous generation. It uses the exact same Honda filter on the new style Honda Goldwing. But I've decided to go with a aftermarket oil filter. I've been using the FRAM Ultra Synthetic part number XG6607. It's a synthetic oil filter and it offers 20,000 miles protection. I've been using this on my previous generation for several oil changes and I've never had an issue with it, that I decided to install it on my Honda Goldwing DCT model. The 3-in-1 smart wrench that normally fits the Honda OEM filter will not fit this FRAM oil filter. So if you guys have the 3-in-1 smart wrench and you use this to take off the original Honda OEM filter, it's not going to fit the FRAM oil filter. And this area underneath the Honda Goldwing is really tight. You have limited space to work. So you can't use the 3-in-1 smart wrench. You can use it on the original Honda OEM filter, but it will not fit on the FRAM XG6607. You can try to take some oil filter pliers to get off the oil filter or to tighten it down, and that's not going to work because the area underneath this DCT is so tight that the oil filter pliers is not going to work. If you have the oil filter wrench, the area underneath this DCT is so tight that you have limited space to work, and it's just going to be almost impossible to get an oil filter wrench on that FRAM oil filter because the area underneath this Goldwing is so tight. Even if you took an oil filter cup that fits on the original Honda OEM filter, if you try to put it on the bottom of this FRAM oil filter, that's not going to work. So if you decide to go with the FRAM oil filter on your Honda Goldwing, whether it's the previous generation Honda Goldwing or the DCT style Honda Goldwing, I highly recommend that you purchase a FRAM oil filter cup. And this oil filter cup is made specifically for this FRAM oil filter. I've used about 4 or 5 different oil filter wrenches, and I could not get this FRAM oil filter off because underneath this Honda Goldwing, it's just really tight and the space is really limited. So if you're going to use the FRAM oil filter, you want to use the FRAM oil filter cup. I'm going to include a link in the description of this video of where you can pick one of these up. It attaches to any standard ratchet or braking bar. Just snap it on the bottom like so. Just snap it on the bottom, and now you can get in there and you can tighten this oil filter down. You can take it off. You're not going to have any problems if you purchase the FRAM oil filter cup. But if you try an oil filter wrench, if you try oil filter pliers, if you try the 3-in-1 smart wrench, if you try a Honda cup to take off the oil filter, that's not going to work. Even trying these vice grips is not going to work. I mean, the space is just so limited underneath that there's no room to work. So if you go back with the Honda OEM filter, you're not going to have that issue. But if you go back with the FRAM, and I'm just letting you guys know, I highly recommend that you pick up the FRAM oil filter cup, and it'll fit right on that oil filter. So I know I'm going to get a lot of feedback for using the FRAM XG6607, but it is a synthetic oil filter, and it's formulated for synthetic oil. On my Honda Goldwing, I'm using the Amsoil metric. It's a 10W40. Now, the Honda Goldwing called for a 10W30, but since we're in the summer months and I pulled the trailer, I run a 10W40, and it's an Amsoil 100% full synthetic oil, and it's formulated for wet clutches. So since I'm using synthetic oil, I'm going back with a synthetic oil filter. So if you guys are not comfortable using an aftermarket filter on your Honda Goldwing, whether it's the previous generation or whether it's the new style Honda Goldwing, just go back with a Honda oil filter. So I know I'm gonna get some interesting comments for using a FRAM oil filter on my new style DCT Honda Goldwing. So if you guys are concerned about warranties, or if you don't trust FRAM, just go back with the original Honda OEM filter. But if you decide to go with the FRAM on your Honda Goldwing, whether it's the new style Honda Goldwing or the previous generation Honda Goldwing, or even the earlier model Goldwings, then just use the original Honda OEM filter. So anyway, if you guys have any questions or any comments, feel free to put them down in the comment section below. And let me know what you think about this FRAM XG6607. I'm going to include a link in the description of the video of where you can pick some of these up and put these on the shelf. So when you do your oil change, you'll be ready to go. Let me know what you think if you've been using the FRAM. Let me know if you like it. If you don't like it, let me know what you like about it or what you may not like about it. I want everybody to chime in on this video and let me know what oil filter you use on your Honda Goldwing, whether it's an aftermarket or whether it's the Honda original OEM filter. Again, if you're not comfortable, just use the original Honda OEM filter. Drop a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys a little bit later out here in the Caliente garage. See ya.